to play. In order to play.
They cut off your limbs, and they grow, they regen, and then they give you
Stream Elements said, your handyman gaming is now live. Streaming off the grid. Off the grid.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Family. You're going to want to find one of these. It's called a hex.
Did you know? The word bookkeeper has 3 consecutive double letters. Did you know? A group of crows is called a murder. Did you know? The fingerprints of a koala are almost identical to those of a human.
this area out. Let's move there.
Looks good to me.
He's using hypnosis!
Teardrop off initiated. Objective: locate and destroy 3 servers. Location of the first target is marked on the map. The Hammerhead's legs installed. Teammate revival advisable. Teammate death detected. Bumper's legs installed. Hammerhead's legs installed. Teammate redeployment successful.
Using logistics delivery services. Why are you still here? Go get them.
Leaper's legs installed.
Armor kit. Gen 1 here if you need it.
Sufficient balance. Loadout drone available.
Influencer shotgun. Leapers here, don't miss out.
Did you know? The heaviest onion ever grown weighed over 18 pounds.
Teardrop off. Teardrop op initiated. Track down and eliminate hostile zero. Target proximity area is marked on your map.
Eyes here. Thumpers.
Configure Thumper's legs installed. Limb pairing parts. The ghost arm installed.
Eyes here. Thumpers. Grid shield backpack. Marking.
Armor fully stocked. Your team has eliminated the last enemy in their squad. Establishing connection. Thumper's legs installed.
Agreed.
You have enough funds to call the drone.
Road runners. You need them. Come get them. Grid shield backpack. Marking. You should get rifle here if anyone wants it.
recon drone arm. Check it out.
Forget it.
Kestrel, here it is.
Hostile Zeros over there.
Forget about it.
Teardrop op initiated.
Enemy Zero
Objective,
sighted.
shoot down the drone and claim its cargo. Approximate target's location marked on your map.
Enemy down! Enemy down!
Wounded teammate detected. All other, you are bleeding. Teardrop ops objective, not achieved.
Need a new arm!
Biological functions not detected. Assistance required. Teammate eliminated by enemy. Teammate death detected.
Go down.
Enemy down!
Did you know? Peanuts aren't nuts, they're legged.
check this area out.
Let's move there.
Alright. Feel that.
Hex detected within. Detected. Revival advised.
Hostile zeros over there.
Teammate eliminated by enemy. Redeployment successful. Teardrop op initiated. Objective. Locate the hex and extract it using a hextractor. Check your map for details. Configuring drivers. The Buzzkiller arm installed. Downloading drivers. The Hammerhead's legs installed. Hex extraction initiated. Be advised, you're marked by a hostile cyber limb.
Enemy down.
Detected.
What the fuck?
Biological functions not detected. Body regeneration 100%. Your team has eliminated the enemy squad. Hex extraction complete. Missiles incoming. Limb carried. The Ripper arm installed.
Enemy spotted.
Hostile cyber limb is tracking you. Taking countermeasures or leaving area is advised.
Let's check this
Missile
area.
stream incoming. You are losing blood.
Let's check
Hey.
Stay alert. You've been tagged by a hostile sniper limb. Teammate eliminated by enemy.
Did you know? A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance.
Danger. You've been teammate eliminated by enemy. Teammate death detected. Teammate redeployment successful. Teardrop ops failed.
Found the partisan. Who's got a target?
Leaper's legs installed.
Anyone need? Check here. The Kochi SMG.
Teammate has secured hex device.
Helping put you back together after it's all over. Ladies are glad to have served you today.
Installed. The scope paw arm installed. Mirror breaker's legs installed.
Leapers here. Don't miss out.
Alert. Hex procured by teammates. Beware of hostiles.
No shot.
Is sponsored by Onyx, giving you the edge you need to survive.
Mirror breaker's legs installed.
Need a Tacoma. Here it is. Check it out, Squall shotgun.
Teammate injured.
Hostile zeros over there.
Teammate eliminated by enemy. Enemy taken successfully.
Enemy zero sighted.
Delivery services. Hope you got everything you need.
Yo. Hello. There.
Did you know, the wood frog can survive being frozen solid in winter?
Te volvió a meter allá. Sacado, mi vida.
Esto no es para jugar.
Procedures to augment them in ways that give enemy down.
Teammate eliminated by enemy.
Vamos, ¿a dónde vamos? Permítame un segundo, por favor.
Déjalo que vas a pegar, amor, para pegarlo. Cállate, te vas a comenzar a hablar duro. Yo lo pego con la pega que hay, amor. Solamente si la otra casita.
¿Ese estaba para las oraciones?
No sé, aguanta. Te compro las dos duchitas esas ahí.
Es que viene por qué necesita bonita, porque se puede poner. No, comprar las persianas, y poner las cortinas arriba.
Ponte, anda, ponerte un pañal, anda.
Ven para ponerte pañal, ven. Ven para ponerte esto, ven. Ven. Andy, ven. Ay, eso para poner, ¿viste?
Teardrop op initiated. Objective: locate and check 3 loot crates for cycles and capabilities. Approximate targets location.
No, pues ya es menos, muy bien. Ya es menos, amor. No, sí, pero se compran el dólar de las tiritas, esas unas 4 tiritas y ya. ¿Se le va a poner o no?
Enemy down.
Deja, que se bajaron las multas. No, esto corta.
Buzz killer arm installed.
Deja eso. Bueno, voy a botar un besito, no puedo ir afuera. Voy a botar esto.
Installing the trip mine arm installed. The slam fist arm installed.
Never mind.
Download. Teammate obtained hex device. The slam fist arm installed. Teardrop ops outcome unsuccessful. The slam fist arm installed. Teammate revival advisable.
Osprey, here.
Teammate eliminated by enemy. Updating.
Gracias, corazón de la Tírale una mitad.
Teammate redeployments. Your team has successfully eliminated the enemy squad.
Eso. ¿Dónde no sirve?
Teammate injured.
Déjalo ir, mamá, ya.
Teammate defected.
Mira, con flores en el dedo.
Pero ese es el plan.
Y cómprate también, mira.
Pero lo que necesitas que
Mira, estaba bonita y le di que vieron Laura, que vieron Laura. Mira eso.
¿Quién te lo escribió? ¿A vos?
Porque estaba, ella dice que había mucha ay,
Enemy spotted.
que era de, así como, frases que decía, o sea, como frases de Dios. Que me dijo que no perdiera la fe que Dios estaba orando en mí. Mira este rojo. Sencillito, pero se ve bonito.
Teammate redeployment
Mira este
successful.
rojo. Dice que me tiene que
Hay que comprar un poco de
Enemy zero sighted.
bambalinita.
Death detected. Initiating system
Ahora
shutdown.
ya vas a comenzar a hablar.
Missiles incoming.
Did you know? Rabbits can't vomit.
alter people's perception of me. But either way, you know, a lot of these instances where I kind of was like, okay, this is bad. Maybe it's better that I'm
change and so afraid of stepping outside of my own bubble.
I remember that
I feel
beanie.
that's
My
been
mom
very
got me
unhealthy
that.
for me mentally. I felt kind of aimless in a way. I
Yeah.
felt kind of directionless. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing with my time.
Oh
And
my
worse
God.
than that, I felt like I was wasting my time.
As a kid, I was actually very much like very conscientious, a very
This
conscientious
is-
kid in the way that I basically didn't really want to be perceived in a negative way.
Yeah, well, I was in
I
elementary
wanted to be
school
seen
and
as a
middle
good
school.
person, etc.
Yeah, I remember
and,
this.
I've always had a big problem with being able to like relate to other people because I
Yeah.
think that I'm just a little bit off. Middle school as well. I care
Yeah.
a lot about like how I looked, how I
Yeah.
dressed, etc. In middle school.
Absolutely.
You know, I really tried to you know like take myself seriously.
I
and,
did.
You know, I tried to have a good impression, etc. Do the right
Jesus.
things, say the right things, wear the right things, be the right kind of person. it was always very scary for me to know that, like, you know, my mom would die one day, right? This was extremely scary. This was like the one thing that I didn't want to have happen. I've had a lot of really bad personal shit going on in my life.
Jesus Christ, bro, this video is fucking brutal. Oh my God.
And I've tried to
Holy
keep
shit.
a lot of this off stream. Last week, my mom passed away.
Holy shit!
And I'll be honest, I
Jesus,
still can't come
guys!
to terms with it. I still feel like every time I say it, I'm lying.
Oh,
like, oh, well,
it's a trauma dumping video, yeah.
She's just on a trip. She'll be back. I'll go into her room before I go to bed, and I'll look for her to say goodnight to her.
Oh,
Wake up
jeez.
and look in her chair where she would sit in.
She bought me that
see if
shirt.
she's there. My mom and I, like, it was really
Or the
just
jacket.
the two of us. My dad was there. He was supportive, and he always has been supportive. It was pretty much entirely on me.
Oh,
Take care of my
jeez.
mom, pay for things, anything like that. It was always
Yeah?
on me. Her having this health scare was the reason why I started making YouTube videos.
Oh, yeah.
because I
This is in
had to quit going to
2013.
school because I
Yeah.
couldn't bear to not be there and help her and take care of her. And back then, we didn't have the money to hire a caretaker or a nurse.
Yeah,
or
we didn't have
anything.
shit.
We didn't have
Los Angeles has been broken for a while, but now it's also broke. As Anthony Cabasa showed us, the ICE riots were not only destructive, but incredibly expensive to respond to, accomplishing absolutely nothing to stop these.
Actually, now that the LA riots are in the rearview mirror, what did they accomplish?
The manager of a McDonald's
Did
called
you know
911
hot water
concerned that this
freezes
guy had
faster
been
than
in the
cold water
bathroom
under
stall
certain
for at
conditions?
least an hour.
You need to come out. You've been in for over an hour. You need to come out now before I go in there and I pull you out. Let's go.
His name was Peter Villalobos. He was not alleged to have committed any crime at all.
Wash your hands.
So how and why did he end up dying in police custody that morning? The police department is apparently having difficulty figuring it out.
Despite life-saving efforts, he was pronounced deceased. The cause of death is still under investigation.
Perhaps we can find some clues in the recently released body cam footage.
Good morning. This is Peter. Chief complaints can be full body pain. They did have to restrain him physically. Did do some closed fist blows to the head, along with some elbows. Got some contusions to the forehead and to the nose, some swelling to the eyebrows and the nose.
Stop looking around. What is your date of birth? How do you not know your date of birth? If you don't tell me your date of birth, I'm going to put you in handcuffs.
1998. I don't remember. I don't have anything. I don't have no idea.
How does no one remember? How does someone not remember their birthday? It's something you celebrate every year as a kid. Stop making things so difficult. You hear me?
I'm not listening to you.
Stop making things so difficult.
What do you mean?
You hear me?
You're talking to the wrong person.
You hear me?
Credit reporting agency TransUnion suffered
I made this portable subwoofer system for survival purposes, or really anywhere where you need extreme bass on the go. It consists of a 12-inch subwoofer driver pointed toward the body, a 12-inch passive radiator pointed toward the enemy, a 100-watt amplifier, on-off switch, input for your source, output for your headphones, 24-volt high-power rechargeable replaceable battery, a very soft and comfortable chest pad pressed against the chest, an aluminum crafted chest pad mount for the ultimate in durability, and a 4-point harness for adjustable fit. The way you start the music is you simply put in the battery, turn on the switch, and let her rip. You gotta handle with care, because this guy's serious. I made this portable subwoofer system for survival purposes.
What? What is going on?
What?
Dude, that was sick.
Well, thank you. How old are you?
38.
Do you know who I am?
Pennywise.
No! I'm not Pennywise. I'm Pantywise.
Holy shit.
So what's my name?
Pantywise.
Pantywise.
Those balls match your chin.
They do. I've got a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you want a balloon?
If it's not used.
Well, I think we should have some fun.
Oh shit.
Tell me when to stop.
Alright. Stop.
Remember this card.
This is escalation nice.
Hello Internet, we got a 5090 in here. This one is from Zotac. I'm a bit worried about this particular one because the customer sent this to me. He said he got scammed, and I asked him to open it to see at the very least if the core and the memory are still on the board, because I'm beginning to think that China is going to be removing cores from these cards for the sake of building some kind of monstrosities that are AI, useful, whatever. And so he couldn't get it opened, and instead he ended up stripping the screws. The screw here is butchered, so I don't know. So here we are with the card, trying to get this thing open, see if the core and the memory are still there at the very least. I think he paid like $2 grand for this. The deal was very good, and a lot of you have no core, no memory 5090s that are gonna hit the market. I don't know at what scale. Probably as massive as 4090s did. So thank you for watching. You've been warned. So a lot of that is thanks to China.
The sun rises on a prehistoric landscape. It's the perfect escape.
Correct. Wait. Well, I was in Shot's chat. Maybe you told Shot and I read it. Maybe. Guys, this one's so bloody. Oh my god. There's enough meat. You guys are
Today, I'm gonna be building an insane AI rental rig. It's gonna be a 4090 PC with 128 gigabytes of RAM. Right here, you're looking at all of my AI computers. Each of these is rented out, earning me passive income every single day. So let me show you how to build an AI rig, how much money it makes, and exactly what parts you need. Let's get into how to build a beast AI rig in 2025. So like I mentioned, this is going to be an insane PC. And just to prove it to you, I've got the cost breakdown right here. About $2,000 for this rig, and we'll see how fast it's able to get back that
shrimp's heart is in its head.
So the powerhouse of the build here is the RTX 4090. This is the MSI edition. A beautiful graphics card. 4090s are basically one of the best AI GPUs you can buy, and I got this one used for $1,400. Up next, probably the second most important part in a AI build, especially on Salad, is DDR4 RAM, and specifically the amount of gigabytes of RAM you have. So this is two 64 gigabyte kits for a total of 128 gigabytes. And if you look really hard, some of those are used, some is on Amazon. You can get 128 gigabytes for $250. And by the way, I will have all of these parts linked down below. Up next, we have a motherboard. This is a pretty budget B550 Asus board, but the important thing here is that it has 4 RAM slots. This is $100 on Amazon. And this is also a Wi-Fi build, which we won't be using today, but is going to be very handy for when it comes to winter time. If you're just watching my channel for the first time, make sure you subscribe. But in the winter time, I bring all of this tech hardware inside, and I heat my whole house with computers. Yeah, you heard me right. I don't turn my heat on, and I heat my whole house with computers. So Wi-Fi is going to be very important come winter time. Up next here, we have the CPU cooler. This is pretty simple, $15, one fan on a little 4 heat pipe thing right there. This is Peerless Assassin, great cooler. Up next, we have an EVGA 1000 watt off of eBay. That was $100. Not bad. The only downside here is that we have to use the splitter on the 4090 because this does not have the 12 volt power connector right here that goes directly to the 4090. Other parts here, I have a 2 terabyte NVMe drive. This is certainly overkill. 1 terabyte drive would be fine, and therefore I have this marked as $50. Then we have a CPU. For Salad at least, the CPU does not matter very much. Now other platforms it may matter a lot more, but Salad is all I've been focusing on. 2600, you can get this for $40 on eBay. That will be linked below as well. And lastly, I did include the $10 smart plug. This is perfect to track all of your power of your Salad rigs because they don't use a constant amount of power. When they're running, they use a lot more power than when they're not running. And sometimes they have jobs that use barely any power, and I wouldn't know that without having all of my Salad rigs plugged in to these smart plugs. And you can see even one down there too. I currently have every single AI rig I have plugged into a smart plug, and that's been a very awesome thing to have. So those Gobi smart plugs are great. So that's the parts. Let's get into the build after a quick word from our sponsor. I forgot the frame. Every single video I forget at least one part. This frame is about $15, so it puts us at about $19.80. And this frame is what all of these rigs are on here, a nice little open air test bench frame. Basically the most robust $15 frame that you can get, and super easy to work with. So I like using these a lot, as you can tell. All right, now let's run the sponsor and get into it. Are you tired of your current mining pool offering pretty underwhelming tools and high fees? Well, today I'm here to talk to you about emcd.io, the sponsor of today's video, and how to make the switch and why you might want to. EMCD has a couple key benefits that put it ahead of other pools. They offer an extremely competitive 1.5% base fee. They also offer human support 24/7, so you can get any issue you have quickly handled, which is huge. EMCD has an all-in-one ecosystem that includes a staking platform as well as a built-in wallet platform. Pretty cool to have it all in one place. place. The biggest benefit that you'll receive with mining through emcd.io is the ability to merge mine. And not only can you merge mine Dogecoin, but you can also merge mine Bitcoin, which is massive. You can mine Bitcoin and any other merge mineable coin at the same time, Fractal Bitcoin being the big one. EMCD will also auto-optimize for the maximum amount of profits for your set amount of hash rate. Why not get the best bang for your buck? So if you think you're ready to try it out, I'm going to leave 2 links down below. The first one is a 20% discount on commissions for the first 30 days for new users. And the other is a special link for those miners who have over 5 petahash in Bitcoin hash rate. Click that one, and emcd.io is going to give you some special offers that even I don't know what they are. So check them out, guys, and let's get back to the main video. Today's video is sponsored by Crypto Miner Bros, a reliable and highly trusted ASIC miner reseller. There are a couple huge benefits to buying from Crypto Miner Bros. The first is that the price on their website is the all-in price shipped to your door, no hidden fees. The second is that they have a massive selection of all the popular miners. My current favorite miner is the DG Home 1, which I got from Crypto Miner Bros. Don't forget to use code MODERN for $70 off each item regardless of price. Purchasing ASIC miners can be risky with tons of scams going around. Why not make it easy with Crypto Miner Bros? Check them out today with the link down below. Well, guys, I honestly wasn't planning on getting another 4090. At least that's what I tell myself and I told my wife, but this $1,400 deal was just way too good to pass up. So the guy I bought it from, super nice guy. He had just gotten, I think, a 5090, and his goal was basically to make half of the money back on that, which was an interesting goal, but I was very happy for him. He knew he was underselling it, but he just wanted to be a nice guy, and I told him after I had just gotten scammed on that 3090 that it was a great refresher to see that there's still some nice people out there. He gave me a good deal, and I was super happy for that. One thing I want to know, how many of you guys are running AI rigs right now? And if you are, how many are you running? I've made quite a few Salad AI videos at this point, and to me at least, it seems like the engagement's up, the views are up, the comments are up. I've had more people sending me emails. We've had more people joining the Modern Mining Discord asking questions. And by the way, if you're not a Discord member already, it's totally free. Check out the link in the description. Definitely join up. So you're not normally supposed to have to push in a CPU here. This one is like a little misaligned or something. It worked fine, but generally be very careful about actually pushing the CPU in. That would normally indicate that you've got it backwards. In this case, though, it ended up being totally fine, so that was good. This rig, like I mentioned, is going to be an absolute powerhouse. We've got the 4090 GPU paired with 128 gigabytes of RAM. Very excited. This is going to be the best PC in my entire house, my best AI PC, and then even better than like the gaming / editing PC that I'm recording this on right now. It's going to be my best PC in my house. So worst case, I end up putting this in my case up here, and then I've got a 4090 with 128 gigabytes of RAM. But I'm pretty hopeful with Salad. It seems like the demand is staying constant despite a lot more people adding hardware, and they also just put out a tweet today requesting a bunch more GPUs, like 250 more 4090s. So I'm hopeful that this one finds a job almost immediately once we get it complete. And that's just a good sign, because with crypto mining, it was like as soon as there was a good coin, everyone hopped on it and it was gone. Well, it seems like Salad, their demand from their end customer is keeping up with the demand of, or with the supply of people running more and more Salad rigs, because at least in the last 2 months, it has not gotten worse the more and more people have used it. Now, I know historically there's been some pretty bad months where there's no jobs, but I have not experienced that since I started getting into it big time, kind of over the last about 2 months at this point. Now, this is the most money that I have thrown at hardware in a long time, or at least the speed of it. So probably I have not invested this much money into hardware since probably the Ethereum GPU mining days, where I just started buying as many graphics cards as possible. And I am generally a risk adverse person, and so if you want to know why I'm throwing so much money into AI, definitely stay towards the end. But I actually look at it as a pretty risk-free investment, assuming you have decent residential power rates. If you have crazy expensive power, then maybe not so risk-free. But there's a reason I'm putting a lot of money into it, and I explain it pretty well at the end of this video. this will probably be the last 4090 I buy, but I might end up eating my own words here. If I see another one for 1400, it's probably going to be hard to pass up. Jumping back into the build, I am installing the M.2 drive here. These Asus boards are a bit strange that you have to actually manually screw on the standoff that the screw goes into. A bit annoying, but all that does come in the bag, so not too big of a headache here. This is that 1000 watt PSU that I got off of eBay. Not a horrible deal, 1000 watts for $100. A lot of people have a ton of these EVGA PSUs left over from the mining days. They'll have like the 1000 or the 1200s. I really wish I had kept more of those because honestly, a 1000 watt PSU is hard to go wrong. So here's the completed build. Let's finish this thing up. All right, guys, hope you like the build montage. I made it a little quicker this time around. You guys have seen me build a lot of these by now, and if you haven't, I will have a playlist to kind of all my AI builds and my crypto mining builds too. So if you're interested in more of those build videos, I do have a lot of them at this point. We're getting close to the end here. One last thing I wanted to do is plug in this little 4-thing splitter here. So one thing you need to be careful with on this is that you need to make sure it is fully inserted in, or you could burn out the socket. I'm sure you guys have heard a lot of people had trouble with their 4090 sockets burning. And a lot of that was from either the cable being stressed, like very hard angle, or not being fully inserted. So I want to take special care to make sure every single connection on here is done well. And I also want to make sure that I'm plugging in 4 separate strands into this. I don't want to use like 2 strands with 2 plugs in each one. I'm going to do 4 totally independent strands. Now, to be honest, our 4090 shouldn't be pulling that many watts. At least I haven't really noticed it has been in my salad rigs, but you never know in the future, and you always just want to build it correctly the first time around. So there we go. These are all 4 plugged in now. We'll have to do some cable management, but now I want to do this in a way that is not putting a lot of pressure on this connector here. So, and it does take a lot of force to really get it in there correctly, so I can see why people maybe didn't plug it in right the first time around. So this is all sagging, kind of putting a lot of pressure on this exactly how I don't want. So when I bind all these cables, I'm going to bind them in a way that this is nice and free floating up here. But first, let's get our GPU screwed in here so that it is nice and secure. So I always leave myself a little screw there. And this actually has 2 screw holes, but 1 should be plenty sufficient here. Yeah, that's not going anywhere now. And so basically our last step here before we turn it on is to do some cable managing. But honestly, let's make sure it works first. I've had some bad luck with rigs lately. So before I cable manage all this, let's just see if it works. Let's plug it in. So pretty easy here. The only cables we need is a power supply cable, an HDMI cable to the motherboard, and we'll go ahead and plug in our Ethernet cable too. And while I'm at it, I will go ahead and install my Windows 11 bootable USB drive. So we can get started with that process if it works. There's that. Ethernet. As we'll go ahead and plug in our mouse dongle here. And our HDMI. And keyboard too while we're at it. A lot of people were asking for the link for this keyboard in the last video, so I will leave this down below as well. Just honestly some very budget Amazon keyboard, but it does sound pretty good. All right, fingers crossed. And as a reminder too, this CPU is one that I thought didn't work, but it ended up being a motherboard issue. So I'm not going to jinx it anymore. I do need to plug in a power cable. There we go. All right, boom and boom. Now if this starts to shine in a second, then we will know we posted. I don't think that, yeah, from here, if it shines, then we know we posted. CPU fan appears to be spinning. Everything looks good. It's just a matter of, will this turn RGB here in a second. There we go. Let's go. We got a post, so we should be booting right up into the BIOS here shortly. Love to see it. I've had a lot of bad luck with hardware lately. There we go. We've got all of our RAM sticks showing up. I'm not going to enable XMP because I really haven't noticed a difference between doing it and not, besides you get better stability not doing it. Someone let me know though. Maybe there's someone who's better at salad than I am. Should you be overclocking your RAM? I haven't been. NVMe drive showing up, USB drive is showing up, everything appears to be good to go. So let's go ahead and the one setting we want to change in here, or two settings, we want to enable CPU virtualization. I'll show you where that is. And then we want to enable it so that when we flip that power switch, it automatically turns the rig on and off. We do not have to use the power button, just for simplicity's sake. So I'll show you where to find those settings. So right off the bat here, if you hit F7, guys, it's going to take you to the advanced menu. If you go to advanced and then you go into CPU configuration, then right down here, SVM mode, we want to enable this. This is going to allow you to run the Linux container jobs, which is where all the money's at. And then the other command, I believe, is under APM configuration, restore AC power loss. This needs to be power on. And then we'll hit F10. Save those settings, and it should boot into the USB drive, hopefully. And actually, now that I think about it, I may just boot straight into this drive, the NVMe drive, because I actually already have Windows installed on it. I tried to clone my laptop. Yeah, shit, so I'm gonna have to wipe that, because I tried to put that in my laptop and it didn't end up working. So it actually does have a different drive in there. And I actually can probably figure out this key here. So 1 second, I'm gonna go look at my laptop. Guys, so the funny thing is I did have that BitLocker key, but it for some reason still wouldn't work. So I should probably install it fresh anyway. I just need to delete all these partitions in here for the old kind of clone drive, which is fine. So I'm just gonna delete all of those. And then once all of those are deleted, I will hit refresh here and it should show as one drive. And then I'll use that one as the one that I want to put Salad on and do a fresh Windows 11 install. Now, if you don't know how to boot to the USB drive, you have to go into the boot options of the BIOS and rearrange the order so that the USB is the first thing, so it tries to boot the USB first before it tries to boot the NVMe drive. So that's how it works. And this looks like it's going to be set up. So while that's doing its thing, let's screw our power supply in here and do some cable management. Probably not recommended to do it while it's on, but we can be gentle. That kit does come with 2 screws to screw the power supply in, so that's always very nice to get that nice and secure in there. For some reason, I always have trouble with this bottom right screw here. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but it seems like Windows 11 takes like 10 times the amount of time to install as Windows 10. Like, it's taken me forever to get this installed on all these rigs. And I also tried to upgrade some of my rigs the other day to switch from 10 to 11, and it wouldn't let me do it because of the secure boot settings. And to be honest, I don't know a ton about secure boot, so I didn't want to go around messing with that stuff, so I just kind of gave up for now on upgrading some of the existing ones to Windows 11.
I just bought the world's bougiest GPU, an Asus ROG Astral Dahab, or Gold Edition, an $8,000 RTX 5090 with 6.5 grams of 24-karat gold on it. But where could I possibly get a gaming PC, a throne if you will, that's worthy of this Sultan of GPUs? How about the awesome Taipei Tech Mall that happens to be just a few blocks from where I did the deal to get my hands on this bad boy? You may remember Guanghua Digital Plaza from the last time that I visited and walked out with this incredible machine. Well, this time I'm back, and the stakes are even higher because I'm not planning to give this PC away to the first LTT fan I see. This time, it's personal. So, sponsored by Asus, who wanted in on the action, I'm gonna be searching for the builder that I can trust to do it justice in terms of performance and aesthetics, and because I'm spending my own money, I'm also looking for a decent deal. Step 1 is to look for my candidate builders. I'm gonna be asking them to send me a price, and perhaps more importantly, I'm gonna be asking them to send me a portfolio, because these are small shops and they don't have the room to show off all their capabilities right on the show floor. Like, look at this place. They got a pile of GPUs in the back of them that's as tall as Taipei 101. Of course, I don't need a GPU. I already have that. I need everything else. Do you